Hello, hello, Shalom. This is Mayim. Is it working? Is this Facebook Live working? Looks like it is. So I'm going to pretend like it is and go ahead with this video. And basically, I wanted to make a welcome video to anyone who may be new to my world on social media. I'm planning to put this video up on all of my channels on Facebook, YouTube, Rumble, Simon Brightian. I'm sure there's some other places. Anyways, never made just like a welcome video before, so I wanted to go ahead and do that. So basically, my name is Mayim Coralyn Vega. Mayim is my Hebrew name. I'm Jewish, and when people convert to Judaism, they take on a Hebrew name, and the Hebrew name that I chose, actually my husband chose it for me. I'm really indecisive with names. So he helped me choose that name. He helped me choose the name Mayim. Mayim means water. And why did he suggest that name? I'm not sure. Maybe it's because I really like Mayim Bialik. She's also Jewish, and she's also a scientist. I think she studied neuroscience. I think she's a PhD in neuroscience. I studied computer science in college, not neuroscience. But I am a scientist, and also my birth name, Coralyn, it means something like when I looked it up before, means something like maiden of the waterfall or pool. And so he thought of the Hebrew name Mayim because that means water. So that's my first name. That's the name that I go by. A lot of people know me by my birth name, but Mayim is really the name that all my closest friends call me. So my name is Mayim, and I am a holistic healer. The tools that I use for holistic healing are number one, naturopathic herbalism, and number two, holistic life coaching. And I'd like to explain to you what those things are. Naturopathic herbalism, let's break it down. Those are two words, right? There's the word herbalism, and herbalism is basically just the ancient art of holistic health and healing, right? Back before there were such things as doctors or physicians or those types of titles, people were called herbalists. Well, at least if you spoke English. There were different names, of course, in other cultures, but in the English tongue, we called these ancient healers herbalists. And herbalists traditionally employed mainly plants for healing, right? And herb, for some reason, sometimes people think that herb means just like the leaf or something, but an herbalist will use any part of a plant. It can be the root, it can be the bark, it can be the leaves, it can be the flowers, it can be the essential oils. It doesn't really matter. If you're an herbalist, really, you can use any part of the plant. And not just plants, actually. Herbalists have always also used other things for holistic health and healing. For example, in traditional Chinese medicine, they use animals, and it was still part of traditional Chinese medicine. It was still the herbalist, but even though an herbalist employs herbs for healing, that doesn't mean they don't use other things too. And also ancient healers, ancient herbalists would also employ other holistic methods for health and healing, such as rest and diet and fasting, all those holistic methods for healing. It's not just about herbs, it's not just about plants, okay, because herbalists were always holistic. But because people usually think that herbalism has to only do with plants, I like to add the adjective naturopathic herbalism. And a naturopath is someone who it's understood that this person uses all sorts of holistic methods to achieve holistic health and healing. And this would include nutrition, diet and nutrition. I also employ orthomolecular nutrition, which is also known as megadose vitamin therapy. And of course, just basic holistic health principles, very important for holistic health and healing. And also detoxification from things in our environment. Of course, things that we may be eating that are harmful for us. Toxic mindset, toxic relationships. There's all sorts of toxins in our lives that greatly contribute to sickness and disease, or to preventing us from achieving holistic health and healing. So these things are what a good holistic healer, they will employ all these things. Okay. So yeah, that's who I am. And that's when I practice holistic healing, either for my students or for myself or for my family, those are the things that I look at holistically, right? So holistic means whole. You look at the whole picture, you look at the entire picture, right? So again, that's holistic health foundations, detoxification, diet and nutrition, including orthomolecular nutrition or megadose vitamin therapy, and also traditional classical herbalism, which has been around for thousands of years and really has always incorporated all these types of things, right? And so also, a big part of my holistic health and healing journey is also my faith in God. And, a lot of people have tried to, get me to separate my faith from my healing art, from my healing business. But I always come back to, like, I wouldn't be honest to myself or to anyone else if I removed my faith from the holistic picture, because, when you're dealing with holistic, you always think of mind, body, and spirit. And so, of course, spirit has to do with your faith. It's an integral part of healing, healing in the spiritual sense, right? It's a very important part. So yeah, there's that. What else? I'm originally from the Philippines. I was born in the Philippines. I came here when I was very, very young. I think before I reached kindergarten, I moved to California, and now I'm in the great country of Texas. Just kidding. It's just a state, but Texans are very proud of their state. So sometimes we joke around, we say that Texas is its own country. So I'm in Texas now, and I don't like the weather very much, but I think spiritually, and also the freedom that we have here in Texas is much more in line with my life and my values and things like that. Also, I'm a homeschooler. I have 9 children that are homeschooled. My oldest was born in 2003. He's going to be 20 soon. So he's 19 right now, and he actually just finished college. He's just waiting for his degree to be mailed in. And hold on one second. That was my daughter. I use a Zoom background so that it's like a little bit more exciting to look at in the videos. They look kind of weird sometimes, kind of glitchy, but also it hides my messy house in the background. So yeah, that's if anyone's wondering about that. Anyways, it is midnight. I would love to do this more often. I've been thinking of calling my live series Midnight with Mayim. I am a late bird. I stay up. I'm a night owl. I've kind of always been that way, but especially for women who are entrepreneurs, I know a lot of females that are entrepreneurs who are also like stay-at-home moms and they have a family. Usually what we do is, in the daytime, we're very busy with our children. And usually at night, when our husbands are more available to help take care of the children, that's when we can work on our business more, right? Without interruptions and distractions and stuff like that. So I was always thinking, I would love to start a podcast called Midnight with Mine. And so I did that today. I started this at midnight. So that's kind of cool. Anyway, so on my social media channels, whether it's YouTube or Facebook or wherever, well, actually only on YouTube and Facebook. On my Facebook page, actually, I have two. I have my Arukah Facebook page and I have my Hebrew with Mind Facebook page. And on my Arukah page, I only talk about mostly holistic health and healing. And then I have a Hebrew with Mind page where I talk about basically I teach Hebrew and I teach Torah and just biblical Jewish life coaching. And that's so I separate it. But on my YouTube channel and on my personal Facebook page, I do everything. I just post and talk about whatever I want. And so if you're following me on YouTube or my personal Facebook page, I will probably just talk about all kinds of things, sometimes politics. I'm conservative. I'm part of the Dallas Jewish Conservatives group as well. And so, yeah, I don't want to get too political, but I'm not ashamed of anything, any part of my life at all. So I will freely talk about it if I really feel like I need to. But probably the main focus is holistic health and healing. And I'm also very much into entrepreneurship. I teach holistic health and healing, but I also teach online business and marketing. And I do health coaching, life coaching, and business coaching. Believe it or not, I have experience in all of them. And I would say my claim to fame is that, I used to be a computer scientist at the NASA Ames Research Center, and then I got married and I had my first child. And he made me want to stay home and be with him. And I was like, it's unnatural for a mom to, have a baby and leave the baby with a babysitter 8 hours of the day or, however long. It's like, I want to be there for my baby. I want to be there for my child. I want to raise my child. And so I decided to give up my career and instead be a stay-at-home mom. But we were living in the Silicon Valley, which is an extremely expensive place to live. I heard it was one of the most expensive places to live, I think in the world, maybe. I don't remember what the exact statistic was, but it's very expensive to live in Silicon Valley, both then and now. But I was able to eventually surpass my income at NASA as a stay-at-home mom with an online business. So if I can do it, I believe anyone and everyone can. And this freedom, this financial freedom has allowed me, to be there for my children, to homeschool, and to make even more money than I ever made at NASA, probably than I would have ever made, especially being a homeschool mom and working, not a full-time schedule. So I have not worked, a regular full-time, 8-hour day since my days at NASA. And yet I've surpassed my income that I used to make at NASA. And when I first started my online business, when I first told my husband that I wanted to stay home, he was like, "Oh, you make a lot of money. I don't know if we can afford for you to quit your job and stop working." But I was determined, and I did it. And I think that's all that you really need to have to make it, is you need to believe that God, that God will do it for you, that if you work hard and you stick to it and you provide a valuable service and you serve people and you create value, and it doesn't matter if you have a job or if you are helping people from home, if you are helping people, if you are adding value to people's lives, if you're inspiring people, if you're serving people, you will make money. I'm not afraid of money. I'm not afraid of talking about money. I'm not afraid of trying to make as much money as possible, as long as I do it with integrity. I believe that if God can bless other people, why can't He bless me? And really, I want all of my children, especially my daughters, to be financially independent. Of course, I want my boys, my men to, but I'm not so worried about them. I believe that they will, but for my girls, I also want them to, especially to believe that they will, even if they choose to have children and stay home. A lot of people think that starting a family and staying home means the end of your career, means you have to be financially dependent on someone else. And it's not true. We're always dependent on someone, and we're always really, truly dependent on God for our livelihood. But you never know what is going to happen to your spouse, whether you're male or female. You never know what life will bring. You never know what will happen. So it's wise, it's prudent I believe, for a woman to do what she can to bring in some income as well. And as I said, I'm religious. I believe in the Bible. And the woman of valor spoken of in Proverbs chapter 31, well, she was an entrepreneur, right? She made things. She purchased real estate. She sold her things in the marketplace, right? She was a businesswoman. She didn't shy away from money. She wasn't like, oh no, that's not a woman's place to make money. No, she was like me. So being a mother, being a good wife, being a godly woman does not have to disclude making money, being an entrepreneur. Okay. So these are things that I fully believe in and that I talk about a lot: holistic health and healing, faith, Judaism, Torah, as well as financial freedom. Really, that's what it's all about: financial freedom, right? Not being able to earn money without, but still having time freedom, location freedom, and financial freedom. And what I mean by time freedom is that you set your own hours. You don't have to work from 9 to 5 every single day, or else you can be flexible, um, and you can take days off when you need to. Location freedom means I can go anywhere. I can take a vacation anywhere. I can move anywhere, and I can still make money. And location freedom, wait, no, that's time freedom, location freedom, financial freedom. Yeah, the third one, financial freedom, means that I'm not dependent on a minimum wage. I'm not dependent on a boss to give me a raise. I'm dependent on the economy, and I'm dependent on myself in creating value and being diligent and working hard. And of course, I'm dependent on God to bless me, to bless my efforts, and to reward me in the fruit of my labor. So yeah. So those are the kinds of things that I believe in and that I talk about on social media. So that's quite a bit. I'll talk about other things more, but it's been half an hour. So anyways, anyone that hasn't really met me or anything before, or hasn't been following me for a while, I just wanted to introduce myself. And Shalom. Shalom, my name is Mayim, and I'm a naturopathic herbalist and holistic life coach. And I'm the founder of the Arukah Holistic Life Academy. Our students learn how to become effective healers using nutrition, herbs, and other holistic healing methods. I have found that to become a holistic healer, you, number one, don't need to be licensed. Although some of our students are medical professionals, doctors, nurses, etc., but you don't need a medical degree or a license to become a holistic healer. Number two, you don't need to study for 4 or more years in college. And number three, you don't need hundreds of thousands of dollars for a medical degree or a nutrition degree or any other kind of expensive degree. I don't have any of these things, yet I have built a profitable online health coaching business. And I'll tell you the 8 things, though, that I have found that you do need. Without these 8 things, healers are ineffective and lack confidence in being a holistic healer. And most holistic schools and certification programs don't incorporate all 8 of these secrets, which is why many graduate from them, from nutrition schools or health coaching schools or herbalist schools, etc., feeling inadequate as a healer. So I would like to share with you my secrets on how I became an effective holistic healer and built a profitable online health coaching business. You can become the healer of your home and your community without the need for pharmaceutical drugs with dangerous side effects, hospitals, doctors, or even dentists. You can build a profitable online health coaching business without the need for years of college for an expensive degree. My mission is to show you how. Visit my website at www.arukah.com/free to get my 8 secrets on how to become an effective holistic healer.